Welcome everybody, this is Don Schnetti, lighting-essentials.com and project52prosystem.com. And currently over at lighting-essentials.com we are running a free food workshop. And this is a review of the images from the second class, which was mushrooms, fungus. So we're going to take a look at photographs of mushrooms here. The top 10, I believe, I probably could have picked 16 to tell you the truth, but I got to keep these videos down around 10 minutes. So the top 10 fungus mushroom photographs from the recent workshop. And we're going to start out with a picture by Alan Grunter here. I really like the way he's used this very limited depth of field, kind of shallow up here. But these two mushrooms, the bottom sides are very sharp, and they're brighter, and it just draws the eye everywhere. Now back here we've got this very out of focus pile of mushrooms down there, and they're warm. It's warm down there, it's warm up here. We get the blue bowl that really stands out because of the color. The cool color against the warm color is really nice. This is a lovely shot, well framed, well positioned, beautifully lit. Let's take a look how Alan lit it. So he's got a very small softbox to one side, white card on this side, white card on this side, nothing on this side. He's not boosting the light in any way. It's done with a speed light, and he's shooting straight down on this sort of carpet, or no, it's an old baking pan. That's right, it's an old baking pan. Those are great for backgrounds, folks, believe me. Old baking pan here, and he's got some stuff on it, and he's focused right on the mushrooms. It's a beautiful shot by Alan Grinter. Bob Royer jumped right in close. This is a single mushroom in really, really close. It's delightful to look at. It's just fun to look at. And you think this is food, and you think how fast these cells regenerated and how beautifully they did. These mushrooms, they only take like overnight or a day and a half maybe to get this size. And I mean, you could probably practically sit and watch them grow, I would imagine. But a lovely shot, bringing us, the viewer, in tighter on these mushrooms than we usually get. Bob went full focus on this. It is really, really sharp from corner to corner, and that gives it a lot more drama. We're not used to seeing that. I don't remember if he focus stacked this or not, but it's just tack sharp. I believe he did say he focus stacked it. So it's really, really important. You have this vision going in saying, this is what I want, this is what I want. You got to get what you want. And sometimes you got to practice trying different things. So focus stacking is something I'd recommend everybody do on close-up and still life shots. Check it out, see if it works for your shot. But I also think that shallow depth of field can work very well as very good as well. So here we go. Let's take a look at how he shot it. And Bob's got a great big soft box to one side. This is not the mushroom that he photographed. This was a different mushroom, but this is the setup that he used. And it's just really, really nice. Small white reflector, giant Godox 8200 behind a very large scrim. That makes the light extremely soft. And these great little mushrooms are by Elona Banter. And look at this great log that she's got them on. They're sitting on the log. The log wasn't part of the mushroom. She actually put the mushrooms onto the log, blended in a little bit down here, and you've got this stunning still life of these mushrooms. Really, really great. Notice the caps up here. They extend up into the black, into the dark areas, and check out that little poppy kicker. See that little kick light? Man, that kick light does everything for these mushrooms. It does everything for it. You'd be surprised how a little kicker from the back, really small amount of light, can change your photograph in vast number of ways. It can give it more clarity, more depth, more dimension. It'll make it stand out from the background a little bit better. This is a really fun photograph by Elona Banter, and this is how she shot it. With the there's a speed light going off in this card here, and just spilling out the side of that little V card, white on the inside, black on the outside, and she's just banging it right into there. This is not doing a lot. This is doing a little bit, filling in over here, but what's happening is the light is literally slipping. Hold on, wait a minute. I remember what she did. All right, this is how she lit it. She's got a little strobe back here, and it's flagged off from the product. The strobe is hitting this white card, lighting up the white card. That's her main light. Right here is her main light. Strobe bouncing off white card. A little bit of that strobe, because it's tilted up, so it's right in the feather of the strobe. A little bit of that direct strobe is hitting the back of the mushrooms. And that's just about perfect. It's a great way to do it. Now this light hitting this card, lighting this card up, that added a little bit of fill to this card. This card sees this card lit up bright. It becomes bright and it fills in from the right side. Let's take a look again. You can see that fill, very soft. See it there? The little highlights right there. That's the fill card on the right side. The main light is a white card on this side over here, and the light is coming from a flagged off speed light right there. That's pretty sweet. Isabel Castillo came in for a crunched mushroom. The lines are beautiful. The destruction is beautiful and how it breaks up in here. It's hard to even imagine that this is a living organism. Looks like something out of outer space. It's just beautiful. Her tones of the bluish black in here and the blue in the background, and then the warm tones of the mushroom right there just makes it so poppy, a dramatic representation of this little broken mushroom. It's just beautiful. And she's then again really close, exploring the parts of the mushroom we don't look at all the time. And this is how she lit it. She's got a strobe laying right next to it with a blue bag of some type wrapped around it. So it's blue light coming in very close. Let's look at it. You can see the blue catching in here and the blue catching in here. She took Photoshop and removed a little bit of the blue from the edge of it here. But overall, the blue is everything to the shot. Let's look again. It's a really well-designed, very well put together image by Isabel Castillo. Jim Hill took a little clump of mushrooms and using just one light through a scrim here, shooting through here at the mushrooms, slightly backlit. This is all the light bouncing around in the mushrooms. It's got fill cards, as you can see, fill card to that side, fill card to this side, but nothing else, just those lights. It gets this beautiful highlight here. I love the way the mushroom is lit back behind it. I like the way it's coming, the light is coming through here. Look at the nice little fill card bounce board here, doing a nice job on this side. And of course, some of the light is spraying back on the background, giving a gradient from here to here, gradient background. So it's a very nicely done shot, very carefully produced. But I think it's a great shot. This is Jim Hill. Here's the light through the scrim. The object's back between these two cards, and he's shooting from that direction right there. These guys are actually laying down. But Judy turned the image over and looks like we're looking up at them. And just stunning. She chose black and white, which I think in this case was a great idea. Fantastic idea. Because it just makes these things look like they're huge. They're gargantuan. They're powerful. And it changes our relationship to them. We're not used to them being that big in relationship to us. Like I say, the black and white was just a great idea. Here's our lighting. A strip box to this side, a fill card over here, and a fill card right here. Do you see this comes around here? That's a fill card in there too. So fill cards on both sides, strip light coming in powerful from the side, and something to knock the light down right there, just a little flag to knock the light down. So we end up with this, this beautiful composition here. It's that strong light, great backlight coming in. It's just a nice shot, just a really, really nice shot by Judy Hernandez. Another similar shot, different type of mushroom from Catherine Gooding. This nice bluish black background, these warm tones of this mushroom, and getting the camera right down on the table, so on the surface, and shooting across. It's just gives us that very oblique angle. Actually, she's splitting the difference with the surface. She's really coming straight across at the surface itself in order to get this feeling of overwhelming hugeness. If that's a word, hugeness? I don't know, look it up. It looks really nice in here. The light looks great. Got light here, got light here, got light back there. There's light everywhere, light and shadow. It gives us dimension, texture. So much of this image is created by the way the light is falling. How does she do it? I believe this is hers. Yes, it is. This is the strip box above and the little guys here. Now, this is not the shot she did. Nothing's changed from the shot she did except she moved the camera way down to here. Camera was right there, shooting straight across at it, right across the table. Go back and look. You can see how low that camera was. Here's a kind of an old-fashioned, sort of turn-of-the-century approach to shooting things. This reminded me of those old field guides you see from like 1812 when they're exploring somewhere and they're saying, here's all the different flowers and whatever. These are all pieces of dried mushrooms on an old baking pan. The photographer is Mari Roseman. It's a beautiful shot by Mari Roseman. Well lit, well conceived. It just, I would like to have this on the wall. If I had a restaurant or maybe even in the kitchen, I'd put this up on the wall. This is really, really nice. Her lighting is kind of ingenious as well. She's got a baking pan with a white card here and a white card there. White card. She's got a big scrim and a small octabox behind the scrim, close to the scrim, so that it still provides some shadow on to these things. Still a shadow involved. I'm not sure how this was created. Her white cards are filling in so much of the shadows. I think this is done this way, I believe. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. Mark Shaw focus stacked this little guy, just a part of the mushroom, converted to black and white. And wow, is that stunning? Just beautiful. It is just beautiful. And he lit it, little homemade scrim that he made, small, so he can work on the table with it. Small scrim, white cards, camera coming in just at the edge of the mushroom and capturing it. And of course, a studio black background. Something back here is black, but it's so far back that it gives us studio black, which is this super ultra rich black, which is very nice. My favorite kind of black is a black seamless so far back that the light doesn't affect it anyway. Then it becomes double black. So nice. Last one here is Thomas Grunwald, which came in super tight on a bunch of funky mushrooms. Look how the incredible texture of these things. I believe this was focus stacked as well. At the top, the middle, and the background, everything is tightly done in focus. It's just a super, super cool shot, and I can see this up on the wall as well. Let's take a look at the light is here. That's a piece of diffusion material hanging on the light. So it's a hard light with a tiny bit of diffusion hanging there. There's the composition right there. And a white card to this side. Right over here, white card. Composition. Diffusion hanging from the front. It's just cut. Looks like a piece of cut cloth hanging in the front of the strobe to just soften it a little bit. Let's go back and look at how pretty that light becomes. Isn't that amazing? It's just beautiful. So those are the shots I liked from the second assignment, which was mushrooms. And thanks, everybody. See you next time.